And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes, it's Tony, it's Michael, it's Monday. How the hell are you, fellas?
I'm feeling pretty good. Mike, you want to go first over there, dude?
No, I was just you're so funny. I was just gonna say I'm feeling good.
Oh,
No.
yeah, we're all. What? Now you got more? What?
No, it
Oh, what?
just
Oh,
it,
it's
it
you.
seemed like you were alluding to something with Michael. I was just
No,
so
because he
confused
saw
there.
me lean into the mic and I was gonna talk.
Yeah, I didn't wanna-
okay, but then
I
once
don't
he
like to
outed you, you're
interrupt
like, nope,
people, Brian.
Nope, not gonna do it. Oh, Tony, you've interrupted me many times.
Oh, that's so
Relax.
ridiculous.
That
dude.
is so ridiculous.
Yours truly, Anthony Schmanthony.
I mean, that's a nice soundbite.
that is a
is
great
great.
soundbite, dude.
Um,
But yeah, great weekend. A lot of fun, a lot of work that got done as well. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
we
some-
housed it.
We're gonna have some fire content coming out for everyone on our
Yankees
YouTube
vlogs
channel,
done.
dude.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you didn't tell him. You gotta talk to me. You gotta communicate. these
I'm
things.
hoping there's a couple throws to me and Matthew and Tony
A couple throws
in the works.
Couple
No,
throws?
with it on the beach.
Oh.
Oh, those are on the outtakes?
Oh, American Mule.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about the Yankee
We're-
vlog.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying in addition
Oh,
to
in
yes,
addition, yeah.
yes.
The American Mule vlog is it's not us. It's that's Renee's one. So I would you have to take
I'm
up
actually uploading
if
the
there's-
footage right now for her.
about time, dude. But yeah, if you don't see any throws of you, Brian, you can take that one up with Renee.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's with her.
I have a feeling though,
Nothing
Renee,
to do with us.
No,
Renee
nothing.
is pretty good. I think though, are you alluding to the fact that those are already out? I feel like you're kind of like low key in it right now.
No, the American Mule shoot is not out.
Mm-mm.
No. Out. I'm saying like taken out.
Oh yeah, honestly,
It was spit your water everywhere.
if Brian, if I was a betting man,
Mhm.
I,
say they're not gonna be
I,
used.
I would bet the Gaetanos that they will not be used.
Wait, and why? Why is this?
Just maybe
Why?
Renee's
Because I
gonna let
just
him
feel
slip
like
through the
Renee's
cracks.
gonna keep it to the mules.
gonna use this and then
Yeah, or I think you just keep it to the mules.
Okay.
Right?
okay.
Like, keep it. I don't know.
So obviously,
That lack thereof, Michael.
yeah, I'll take one. Thank you.
Yeah, give him the water. Oh, yeah. Speaking of
It
the
hit the
lack of athleticism,
You
the table was there. That's why it hit the ground.
obviously, as we talked about on Friday, did have a trip to Boston this weekend.
Yeah,
But-
recap.
Oh yeah.
No,
I can't wait
we're
to
gonna
recap.
talk, there's so much to talk about that, but before we do that, I just want to get these couple things in. One second.
Before the
the
sip,
sip,
Gulp,
the
gulp.
sip.
Go. So I guess my question to you, Tony,
Oh no.
are you more impressed that Novak Djokovic won number 7 at Wimbledon,
Let's go.
number 21 overall after making multiple comebacks,
After
throughout
people
the
trying to
tournament,
fucking shit on him.
or Xander Schauffele, 3 tournaments in a row, including yesterday's Scottish Open in preparation of the 150th Open Championship at St. Andrews.
Give me Xander Schauffele, dude.
What?
What? You have a
I
problem,
didn't say
dude?
anything.
Djokovic?
A great performance.
Yeah, but dude, the finals match was a fluke. We all know that. That dude was a total crock. He was playing. What was his name? Someone with a C.
Did he not get there and win?
Kyrgios.
Kyrgios or whatever. Yeah.
Kyrgios. From what I've been, from my inside information, it seemed like he didn't have much business, honestly, being in that finals match. So I don't.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think the outcome was much of a surprise. I mean, good for him. I mean, I don't think it really hurts his
He's the GOAT.
reputation. But I mean, going into that match, it's like Djokovic is gonna win, like no matter what.
But how about for Djokovic to run the past 2
Yeah,
years?
that's
He's
what I'm
won
saying.
5 Grand Slam tournaments and been to 2 other finals in 2 years.
No, yeah, that is great. But I'm saying
Yeah,
the
but no,
question is not.
But
It's not like
Xander, whatever.
it's not like Djokovic's career or Xander's play. It's what happened at Wimbledon.
What happened at Wimbledon?
Well, he won. But I'm saying, like, you were going into that finals match, I would have bet the mortgage on him.
Wow.
Yeah,
No. I mean, you definitely aren't wrong. Just the way he's dominated, but it's just crazy too. At an advanced age of 35, I mean, it still seems like by far he's the best player in the world, and he doesn't fear anybody. It's a shame we were robbed of a Nadal Djokovic final because Nadal, we were talking about on Friday, ended up pulling out.
Yeah.
Right. Abdomen, ribs.
Abdomen.
Rib
and
area.
Then I
Ripped.
guess it's not official, but just something because it's crazy that you would think this would be over with baseball, but the U.S. Open, I guess is it the end of this month or next month? Whatever. Last tennis major of the year, and I guess Djokovic
It's normally
can't
end
play.
of August.
Okay, so it's next month.
Yeah.
Can't play because they're saying he's not gonna be able to play because of the vaccine, which I don't know. It just something to do with the tournament, not New York.
Still a thing.
Which is just absolutely insanity. But tell me I'm wrong, Tony. And I know obviously, he ended up missing the Australian Open because of that, but obviously, Australia is a different place.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna work something out. I mean, come on.
No, I think so too. Especially with I feel like, us being robbed of a final that should have been Nadal Djokovic. I think they're obviously going to want him in the tournament. I mean, he's the biggest name in tennis right now. I'm sure it brings in a lot of people, a lot of ticket sales and stuff like that. They're going to want to work something out for him to be at the U.S. Open for sure.
Yeah,
and they will.
So we'll keep an eye out.
Michael doesn't know anything about the U.S. Open,
but I know Chokery, who's always watching, is riled. We were a little more tennis talk than usual, but
Does he play?
Yes, he does.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you play against him?
No, but actually, we were just talking about we want to do a doubles match with me, Sam, and then him and my sister. So,
how do you think that's gonna go?
I mean, he's playing all the time. I mean,
No. But I mean, like, are you gonna be yelling at Sam if she's not doing too well?
No,
probably.
No, I could totally see that.
No, stop that.
You're gonna spike that.
Orange is very competitive.
Yeah,
very competitive.
You are.
Is Choker gonna be talking some smack?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure he'll be
What if he gets you on a spike and is like, yeah, pussy?
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that.
What, the trash talk or getting you on the spike?
Both.
Oh,
wow.
Barnes is talking trash now.
So yeah, I mean those are really the two things I just wanted to cover. But definitely impressed with Schauffele. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, he's got to be so tired playing all these weeks in a row. Started with the Travelers, then had the Pro-Am before the Scottish Open last week, and then to play a tournament like this and really battle. So it'll be interesting to see if he contends. Obviously, a lot of talk about Tiger. He's got a bunch of practice rounds in over there. Greg Norman banned from the past champion dinner. Obviously being the distraction that he is with Live Golf and everything. So that came out over the weekend as well. But I'm really excited for this Open Championship. Last of the season, and I just really want to see Tiger get in 4 rounds. I just think that's so important. Plus, your guy Tony, or one of your guys anyway. I feel like, is this the time? Is Rory finally due? It's been 8 years since he's had a major championship.
8 years,
right?
Dude.
I mean, wouldn't this be the time? He's talking smack about the Live guys. I feel like he's really making a name for himself. He's been playing some good golf. Not winning every tournament, but I just feel like he's so talented. He's the top 2 or 3 in the world. I mean, he's due to win another major.
I was waiting.
I think
for you
so
to say
too,
that.
dude. And I think what we will see too is him come out on top. After day 1. And then I feel like it's going to be the rare sighting of just that leader taking the early lead and holding it.
I think it's Ricky Fowler's decade.
Dude. I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. It's Rory all the way.
So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And
Barnes, did you get a haircut this weekend or something?
Yes, I did on Friday.
Okay.
What do you think about his haircuts?
I don't know if it's maybe the camera angle or the headphones, but it looks a little boxy. I feel like you're a drill sergeant.
That's me though. That's what I like.
I think it looks pretty normal.
Very drill sergeant-esque, dude.
But I don't like long, thicker hair, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't
like long
Tony,
hair.
Your hair? Are you
man
kidding?
buns?
I'd be sweating my.
I have my hair up. It's
I'm
like short hair.
sweating right now. It's so hot.
But that's what I'm saying. Like what?
It's hot.
It's not that hot. It's a little like my palms are a
turn the
little
fan on?
sweaty. Yeah. Let's get the fan on.
It's a fan on, Michael.
But Tony, I really don't appreciate the call out about my hair though. I mean, I feel like I've had the same cut since I've met you.
No,
Like, every time
I'm
I
just
get a
saying,
cut.
like today, right now, I don't know if it's like I said, the camera angle or maybe the headset. I think it's not a bad thing, but
Oh, it sounded like a great thing.
I'm just saying, I don't know, because I feel like I would say drill sergeant S or like police sergeant, and then you'd not like that.
Wow.
I like it. It looks good on you. Great job on the haircut, whoever did it. And
Yeah, who does your hair?
Yeah, shout out to my guy Danny over at Manny's on Main Street Monroe.
Danny and Manny, dude.
Been going there. Let's
guess
see,
that's
so
a theme.
junior year
Yeah.
of high school. So that was
Wow, dude.
2009. Yeah, 2009. I've been going there since.
So how much are we getting charged for one of those?
$30 bucks.
$30
With tip?
No, so 40 with the tip.
Very good.
Interesting, dude.
Yeah.
$10 tip.
What do you do, Tony?
Oh no, I have the
Tony,
best.
what do you tip?
I don't tip because my mom cuts.
If you were to tip, I know. Obviously, I know that.
Yeah,
I mean, it
$30
depends,
haircut.
dude. So
What does your mom get?
No, oh, dude.
Yeah. What does she average?
Dude.
Percentage wise?
Oh gosh. I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, talk about like, going to spend some money. And then plus, her clientele are like people she's known for like 30 years. So
Okay,
I mean,
so
if I
riddle
look-
me this. I'm new.
if
I come there.
Okay, you're new. What are you getting? Just the haircut.
The Barnes.
The Barnes. Oh, so you're the guy.
I'm
You're
gonna
coming
get the
in.
Barnes. How much
Okay.
does she charge me for that? And then what's a good tip? That should be
So-
like, wow, I like my client.
Men's haircuts start at $25. Plus
fair.
tips. So $10 to $15 for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just what I said. I have.
No,
a
I
funny
wasn't like saying like a bad thing. I was like, $10 tip. Like that's good, dude.
I have a funny
gosh,
story about that, but it's gonna be part of my weekend recap. So obviously, it's time to just go to the world of Major League Baseball.
Oh,
2-2, he got him swinging. The back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy-Yo, not a word of that land.
Stuck to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires. Out at first.
There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
All right. So obviously, at the end of the day, we'll do a detailed recap in a sec. Split of the 4-game set with the Red Sox. From Thursday
we're
to
hitting
Sunday.
baseball first.
But before we do that, I kind of just wanted to give you kind of a recap of the weekend for me in Boston. So it started out with a Saturday morning round. Oh, what do we got? Barnes number 3 on the sides.
Number 3 on the sides, knuckle cut
on the
on top,
top,
$12, $3 tip.
I don't get it.
Who is that?
It's
It's
my
Uncle Richie, but I don't get it.
Do you understand like what that means?
No.
So like number 3, like with the buzzer,
Right.
Like okay.
Okay.
And then the knuckle cut is like that boxy type of cut
Okay.
on the top. $12 haircut.
Okay. So he's
$3 tip.
basically being a Tony right now.
No, he's not being a Tony. That's probably what he would be paying because he goes to like the cheap people.
Oh, I thought he meant that
And-
that's all it's worth. That's
No,
what I thought he was
well,
saying.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's in Pennsylvania. Everything's different over there. Plus,
Yeah, that's weirdos.
he's cheap. $3 tip. That's terrible.
But anyway, so yeah, Saturday morning, Shaker Hills Country Club, Harvard, Massachusetts, Michael.
Very
Harvard.
nice.
We had a nice round, the 4 of us out on the course, and beautiful course.
How'd you play?
Best round of the season, actually, 91. So I was pretty excited about that. Yeah, it was just a great day. I think it ended up being probably like 4.5 hour round, 4:45, but you kind of get that on the weekend, especially a nice course. So it's always fun just playing somewhere new, some water holes, some kind of blind shots, pretty fast greens, but overall very scenic and, well manicured course. So really enjoyed that. And then, obviously the game was at 7. So, we checked in the hotel. We went to, we had lunch at a sports bar, and then we went to this bar right across from Fenway Park. I forgot what it was even called, just for a quick drink before we went in. And, I've had a lot of conversation, over the years of the classless Boston fans. I mean, I've known this for a long time, just not my type of people.
Well, it's a match made in heaven with Yankees fans.
And so I'm at the bar, of course, wearing my vintage, 99 Judge jersey. And I swear to God, this lady, I want to say she was probably 65. Okay. I'm just not saying anything, just standing there, like, with my boys, just like having a drink. And she just comes up behind me and she goes, "Excuse me, F you." And then just walks away. And I literally am just like, and just don't make like a facial reaction. But are you kidding me? I mean, like there was nothing I could say, but
She
it just
like said the word.
yes.
She said the word.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she goes, "Hey." Yeah. Yep.
Do the beep. Do the beep. Do it again. Ready? Let's do the whole. Hey.
"Hey. You."
There you go. Got it.
Wow. So and then an older lady too. It's not like it's like some drunk college girl. It's like, you're gonna say that to me? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, all right. So that was how we got started. Then we're in the stadium, okay, and must have been like the second or third inning. So we go down to like the concessions behind the thing, and you know how everything now is like automated or whatever. Like you just put your card in, like sign for it right on the screen.
Right.
So it's the concession stand. Like it's like you're getting a hot dog, for instance. So I just got a couple drinks, and the guy goes to me, like shouting it in front of everybody. Oh, no tip. Tipping the concession guy? Like, now do we go to the convenience store and tip the guy for a Snickers bar? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that is completely insane. Like, you just shout that out, like, in front of the whole line.
What were the drinks you ordered?
Dude, like a couple seltzers?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
are you kidding me?
I mean, cracking the can open?
No. Like, you know what I mean? And not like a bar. This
Right,
is
it's
like
not like
where
you're-
the
I
food
know,
is.
I know,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Please, honest opinion.
No, that's
here.
outrageous.
I think
That's
that's
outrageous.
insane.
I've
that's a
never
little crazy.
never even thought of that. That's
Not-
why I'm shocked.
Not to mention, even like at
I tip.
a bar too, though. Like, no one in their right mind would be like arguing with someone over a tip. I feel.
Yeah,
Right.
unless
No,
you,
and like I said,
Oh, it's like a
bar-
$300 like restaurant.
A bar is
but, like-
different, but it's just a commonplace when you go to the concession stand.
Yeah.
There's like, that's not even like a thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, and I just feel like, obviously I think Boston plays a part in that, older guy again. So we got the rudeness again. And then just the fact that it's just like, I mean, it's just getting out of control. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't expect that. People are getting too entitled. And, I think that's part of the Boston attitude. So we had that. All right.
Yeah.
And then number 3, and I was just so glad because they got me on one of these when I was at the wild card game. So something happened, at that time, I think the Yankees were winning or whatever, but the Red Sox like answered back, like hit a home run or something. I don't know what it was, but this guy who's standing like, or sitting like a couple rows ahead of me tries to do the whole high five. And I literally just go like this, like Boston fan and everything, like just don't even flinch. And it's like, I think he was doing it. Now I'm not going to lie. Like I was definitely, like not chirping anybody specifically, but, just like making a lot of noise, like for the Yankees, but it's just like, you know what? I'm sorry. These Boston fans are way too stiff. It's just ridiculous. Honestly, it really is. And it's just, we're all fans of the game. Everybody should appreciate enthusiasm. And I just feel like there's just no class there. There's just absolutely no class. It's a bunch of booze bags. That's what I think, honestly.
I mean, I'm with you on that. I think Boston fans are rough.
Yeah.
But was that the game they won or no?
No. So
Well, Boston won. Yeah,
I was gonna get to that in a second, but just and listen, great environment for a ball game. That nobody's denying that. It's fun to go on the road. It's fun that you can like go there for a quick game. But it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a level of respect, from a sports fan, and I just don't think they displayed that this weekend. That's all I could say.
It's funny because like for someone who says like he hates Boston, you've gotten a lot of Boston games now.
Yeah, second one.
I mean, Fenway is, not too far from here. 2.5 hour drive, maybe.
Yeah, but he despises Boston.
All right. Well,
It's just obviously because the Yankees. I'm not going there for the standalone.
Still a good historical ballpark.
But Tony, I mean, I want your kind of reaction.
No,
to
yeah,
this.
sure. Real quick though, my Uncle Richie says you got to think quick on your feet, Barnes. The first lady should have said that she was too old for you.
That actually is a very good one. I'll give you that.
No, yeah, my Uncle Richie's good with the quips, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Brian. I mean, I totally agree with you. However, I mean, you're in enemy territory, and I feel like, based on my experiences at Yankee Stadium, even as a Met fan and dealing with the enemy's teams, I feel like if, you were a Red Sox fan and go to Yankee Stadium, I feel like you would have had somewhat of a similar experience with people. Am I wrong to say that?
Yeah, but not really.
Come on.
Just because, you know what? Like, it's like if there's a Red Sox fan there, they're cheering for something. I don't say anything to them. You know
No,
what I
but
mean?
I'm not saying not you, though. Like, you specifically, like,
But right.
may not be doing that, but like that fan will have a similar experience to what you did dealing with those types of people.
Yeah, but there's just so much more class in New York. That's the thing.
Oh man.
But you know what I was riled about? It was sitting right near me. There was probably like 5 or 6 Yankee fans, so we kept looking at over each other, reaching over the rail for the high five. So
that's cute.
Nice to have that. There.
No, it is nice.
Nice to have that. But so yeah, that was just kind of my thoughts. At the end of the day, it was a great time with the fellas. Nobody's denying that, and at the end of the day, too, I said going into this 4-game set, they needed at minimum 2. Easily should have been really 4 if you think about what happened last night. But just kind of giving like a quick synopsis. Starting from Friday. Friday was an offensive explosion for the Yankees. They ended up winning 12-5. So that was just a game where, you felt really good about your offense. Josh Donaldson really, ever since I called him out, Tony, really has been kind of picking it up. So in this one, he was 1 for 4 with a 3-run homer. And then Matt Carpenter, again, 3 hits, including his 9th home run, ended up hitting number 10 yesterday. But it's just, up and down. And this was after Nestor only went 3 2/3. Bullpen picked him up 3 1/3 by Lucas Licky. I didn't even know he was capable of throwing 50 pitches. But at the end of the day, it was a 12-5 victory. You had 2 hits from LeMahieu. Glaber had 3. So you were feeling so good. All right, we already clinched that this is going to be a split at worst. So that would go into the game I was at, of course, on Saturday. So, the vibes were feeling pretty good. Monty on the hill, he's always a consistent performer. So you felt good about that. And it was just one of those games where, surprisingly, because, as we've seen from yesterday and then Friday's game, Fenway Park is usually a place where you have a lot of crazy scores. And this one really didn't have much offense early on. So you kind of look at the scoring possibilities here. So Delbach, singled in a run in the second. Hicks answered back to tie the game at 1 in the 5th with a homer to right. And then in the 6th inning, the Yankees tacked on 2 with a Rizzo double and a Donaldson single. But unfortunately, Ref Snyder, the former Yankee prospect, and he even got a little run with the Yankees, actually hit his first career home run at Fenway Park. Homered in the 6th to make it 3-2. But then the invincible Clay Holmes came in the jam, led up a single to Verdugo, which tied the game at 3. And then in the 9th, we didn't have any runs come across. So we're on to the 10th. Obviously ghost runner on second. So you had Judge double a run in and Rizzo double a run in. And they really had a chance at another run, but Rizzo got thrown out, stealing third. Stanton struck out. That was the end of the inning. So it's one of those things where usually those steals, those off the radar steals work, especially with them up 2. I'm sure the Red Sox weren't expecting that, but it's like, Rizzo isn't exactly Usain Bolt. If you get a good throw, he's probably going to get thrown out. So, and then it was on to the 10th. So you got, Wandy Peralta in for the save. And, he lets up the first run on a down single. So you have Ref Snyder on second. And then, Downs, Downs on first. And then unfortunately, you had a double play ball, like tailor-made double play ball. Josh Donaldson boots it, barely gets 1. And then, so there's 2 outs. You need 1 out to go. And unfortunately, they just don't get that out as Alex Verdugo walks it off. And it was just like, you're right there. Mm-hmm. And just no excuse from Josh Donaldson. I know the bat's been heating it up, but I don't know if you saw the play, Tony, but it was unexcusable.
No, I actually did not catch it.
Can you look it up? Honestly, I would like to just kind of get some. I'm sure Uncle Richie will chime in as well. If you just get that clip of Donaldson, but it's just like in a big moment like that, there's just obviously it's never a good time for it. But at least if it was in like the 2nd inning or something, it's like all right, it was a mistake, but it was early on. We recovered it. Scores aren't ever missed. What about missed double play?
Let's see. Donaldson slams Boston.
Maybe it's the pen, or that's from last night's game.
What, right here?
Yeah. Well, this is articles about it, so maybe they'll show the play. Let's see.
This seems like it's just an interview. Was this it? No, RBI double from Rizzo.
No, I think they are going to show it down here. Oh yeah.
This is it. No,
this one.
Bobbles recovers.
Yeah.
See what we got here. Of course, there's a freaking ad MLB.com, the worst, dude. Oh no.
Yep. That's it.
All right, let's see this.
I actually haven't even seen the replay of this. I just saw it live.
Oh, you mother.
Drop the ball, picks it up, throws out Bogarts at first base. Good recovery by Josh Donaldson. Ref Snyder moves up, as does Downs. They're both.
I
in
mean, you
scoring
can't do
position.
that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
tough,
double
dude.
play.
It should be.
The game would have been over if he doesn't follow the ball.
That is tough.
You hit it. You know what I mean? That's a perfect amount of time you have
Just
there.
right there. Looks like he almost caught his finger in the foot of his glove.
So
Yeah, that's not good.
you know, and it was funny too. Then on the
Richie
way,
agrees.
the way out, people were trying to chirp me, and I just kept going. 15 games.
Yeah, it's true. That is tough.
But either way, yeah. So that was, that's one of those games, it's just, you felt like you had, and then you don't. But, like we've mentioned many times, obviously they built up some equity. And then on to last night, and it was a game where, you felt so good in the beginning, especially after that tough loss on Saturday. You wanted nothing more, to just take 3 out of 4, end the series on a high note.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, after, a Stanton homer in the first, a Carpenter home run in the third, Tony, I mean, I know we talk about it too much, but Carpenter, I mean, give me something there, honestly. Like, what's your comments on him hitting his 10th yesterday?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculously good, that is, by the way. I mean, you think of someone who's 33.
I think it might even be older. I'm
30
gonna actually look it up now. It might be 34, 35.
Kind of revitalizing his career in New York, that is, on a Yankee team that is
36,
striving. He's 36.
344,
Oh my gosh,
10
dude.
homers, 1307 OPS.
It is absolutely unbelievable how many good looks he's getting here. And like I said, for a team like the Yankees, where it seems like when their offense gets going, it's close to unstoppable. And to have Carpenter kind of in the bag for, if Judge is resting or Stanton is resting, Rizzo has a back problem, and you might be a little worried that, oh my God, like who could be generating offense tonight? And then Matt Carpenter comes in. I mean, Jesus, dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
So that was a good story. But the problem was, after the third inning, the Yankees didn't score. And Jameson Taillon, a rough one, 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, including just want to see here, 3 home runs allowed. I guess so to Cordero, Vasquez, and Martinez. And the Martinez was the dagger that tied it at 6. And then the Yankees don't answer back, letting up 5 unanswered runs here. So that was tough. And, Castro had some problems, 4 runs allowed and didn't even get an out. And Chapman, had some control issues once again, let up a run. His ERA is 4.76, but
Uncle Richie wants him gone.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been talking about that for weeks, Uncle Richie. But Taillon, despite a 9-2 record, I definitely have, just a little level of concern because I was looking at the game logs, this morning, and pretty much, going back almost a month now, he has not had a good start. So, if we look at the game logs here, so on 6/18, he went 5 2/3, no runs allowed. But since then, 5 2/3, 10 hits, 6 runs against Houston. Against Oakland, of all teams, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. Against Pittsburgh, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs. And then against Boston, 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. And I know maybe part of this is Fenway Park. I mean, it's definitely just a tough place to shut down an opponent. For whatever reason, it just seems like there's always a lot of runs scored. And I'm sure he hasn't pitched there much, pitching in Pittsburgh. Most of his career, obviously, was on the Yankees last year. But, it's not like he's had 30 starts there. So the ERA sits at 4-1, still a 9-2 record. And we saw at times last year this type of version of Taillon where he just was awful. And I was calling for him to be removed from the rotation, put in the bullpen. Then he ended up turning it around. So, I mean, am I right to be concerned here? Do you feel like he's going to turn it around? Is his spot in the rotation in jeopardy? I mean, what do you think here, Tony?
I mean, I feel like spot in the rotation in jeopardy might be a little tough because I mean, who are you really going to have replace him in terms of someone who can give you a lengthy start?
I
Right?
mean, I guess you would think maybe like Sears or Schmidt, or Herman is coming back.
Yeah, true.
I like Schmidt. Though.
Yeah, me too. Schmidt had that good start.
Sears has been lights out though too.
JP.
Yeah.
But no, I think this will be like a little blimp. I really don't think he's going to be anything he was like last year or anything like that. I think he'll be fine, barring the fact that as long as he stays healthy.
Yeah. But that'll be interesting. I mean, you never know. I wouldn't I don't think they will, but at the same time, I know they're definitely looking to upgrade the team before the deadline. So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually ended up getting traded in some type of package to get like a higher regarded player. But I know they don't like to mess up the chemistry there either.
I know. So package him and Chapman.
Maybe the funny thing is, I mean, that would actually to another team.
That would seem really good.
Yeah, like Brewers, for instance.
Yeah.
That would be huge. Imagine adding him to that bullpen.
Oh.
So I could see something like that. I would like to see it. I think he would have a Matt Carpenter type of effect.
I think so too. And I feel like him and Rizzo on the same team.
Right.
Would be dope.
So obviously,
and then you fill your outfielder role.
Yeah, there you go. So obviously, we'll see what happens.
Right.
And so the Yankees off today, but do get a 3-game set with the Reds tomorrow. So I think a good off day, kind of regroup. After a disappointing end to the weekend, but like I've said, it's just the equity that they've built up. Despite these 2 straight disappointing losses. I mean, you're 14 up. I mean, so despite that, does it really have that much effect on everything? It's just like you want to just cut it off at the knees now,
right,
and get back to your good baseball. Obviously, a home series with the Reds, really
it's a good way.
You, with that opportunity. So I feel fine, and it's just like, I'm glad that there's more games left at Fenway. I think it was starting last week, 20% of the Yankees' remaining schedule actually is against the Red Sox. So a lot of games coming up with them, and I just want to see them play better at Fenway because I feel like we have no problem with the Red Sox at home, but Fenway's always a little wacky, almost reminds you of the 04 championship series, just the stuff that happens at Fenway. It's just, it plays differently. Right? I mean, am I wrong, Tony?
No, you're totally right. I mean, think about it. I mean, I feel like the Yankees really haven't ran into an issue. I feel like this whole season until this weekend.
Yeah. So, I want to see them kind of master Fenway, take a 2 out of 3 over there. A lot of things going against them last night. Umpire calls. Totally agree, Uncle Richie. But at the same time, I mean, I know it would help if they called a good strike zone there, but you can't go scoreless after the 3rd inning. And you can't have a 6-2 lead and then just completely blow it. That's embarrassing. But I don't, like I said, this is going to be a completely different series against Cincinnati. I'm guaranteeing the sweep. And tomorrow we'll get Garrett Cole versus Tony's guy, Graham Ashcraft.
He's getting torched.
Yeah. You
come on.
You would think so. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. But that's what it is. Like I said, I wish it ended on a better note. But at the end of the day, it's all positive vibes from here on out. Yankees had a slew of all-stars named yesterday. Clay Holmes, Aaron Judge, and Stanton starting in the outfield. Trevino as a reserve catcher. And then Garrett Cole and Nestor Cortez makes his all-star game debut. So you love to see that.
I mean, is that 6?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so that's a good number.
Mets only had 4, I think.
Walker, possible snub, people are saying. But speaking of, Tony, enough about the Yankees for now. What do you got on the Mets from this weekend?
Yeah, so the Mets didn't really have a phenomenal weekend. A couple exciting wins, and a couple gut-wrenching losses. They ended up splitting their series that started on Thursday with Miami at home. And Miami has been hot, right? So we kind of knew that there would be a decent challenge for us. But coming into Friday, we had the return of Chris Bassett, just hot off the COVID list. Which, as we talked about, he was pretty tight for how long he was on it. But he had a pretty good outing, 6 1/3, I believe. Brian, what are you doing, Brian?
I was preparing a clip. I was.
I start talking during the Mets and you're on your phone?
No. It's not. I figured this would be a good time for the blooper reel, though.
Oh God, dude.
What were they this weekend, Tony? What were the Mets record?
This weekend overall in the series against Miami, they split 2-2. So where was I, Brian? Chris Bassett,
the return.
Like I said, he had a decent outing, I would say, for his return. Unfortunately, the Mets end up losing this one 5-2. I don't think anything necessarily bad from a pitching standpoint. Bassett let up 2 runs, Drew Smith let up 2, and then Joey let up 1 as well. So, you didn't really get a phenomenal performance out of your pitchers. You'd expect that bullpen to kind of come in and close the door a little bit on Miami. But De La Cruz on Miami was hitting really well against every pitcher. He was 3 for 3 Friday with 3 doubles. The first Marlin to do that since 2017. Do you know who that Marlin was in 2017?
The D-Train.
Yelich.
Huh? All right.
Yeah, dude.
Remember Dontrell Willis?
Dude, he was my guy. Dude, the high socks, the
tilted
herky-jerky
hat,
motion, striking out Barry Bonds in the World Series in 2003. Yeah. Out of 10, too. Unbelievable. Yeah, I know you like D-Train. Come on.
No, who doesn't, dude? Come on.
All right. Just wanted to check.
Anyway, as Renee's checking in here,
Renee,
she says,
let's go. Hope you're having a great time in LBI.
Nice
We all miss
t-shirt,
you
Tony.
here.
She says, thank you very much, Renee. We do miss you. And I never got that photo of the sticky bun, Renee. So
nothing like a good sticky bun.
Up. I know she was going to a sticky bun bakery at like 7:00 in the morning.
Nuts on it or no nuts?
I don't know. Ask Renee. I would imagine no nuts.
But I'm saying for you,
Miss
Tony,
you guys.
your preference. You like those,
I would
those
also
pecans?
say no nuts.
No nuts.
No. But maybe every so often, but 75% of the time, Brian, no nuts.
Michael.
Should I send it to Mike? Mike?
I could take it or leave it.
Okay, yeah, but did you get the photo?
You could take it or leave it with the pecans, Michael.
I don't know why she said it in the group, but whatever.
Tony, I'm
and
surprised.
Then she also says
she
also
I don't
agrees. Renee agrees, no nuts.
Do you guys just not like nuts?
I feel like for a sticky bun situation, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy nuts. I love pecans.
Dude, toasted
pecan pie,
sugar coated.
Pecan pie is so good.
Oh my god!
But no, nuts, on the sticky bun, nuts on like a muffin or something, or a donut even. That's not really for me. She says also I can get ice cream on the beach too. That's nice.
That's a nice touch.
I feel like ice cream on the beach, though, if it's sunny and hot and then it just starts melting immediately, it could be a bad time. However, I suppose you just go in the water, wash right off. Anyway, Renee.
Barnes, I'm bringing back pastries.
I'll bring back pastries.
Let's go.
You better keep that promise, Renee. I'm telling you right now.
We're holding you to it, Renee.
Okay, so anyway, Friday, they end up losing. De La Cruz hit really well. Mets still, at that point in time, continuing to struggle with runners in scoring position. And they're catching, I want to see what that was. I think they were 0 for 7, maybe. Runners in scoring position. Runners in scoring position, 0 for 7. Oh, Escobar, 0 for 3. Runners in scoring position. I think Nito was also 0 for 2. Nito sucks right now, dude. I'll get more into that. And Escobar is also on my shit list. I'll get more into that as well. But we move on to Saturday, where it was a really big day in Mets history. Do you know why, Brian?
Yes. Okay. So, geez, I know this too.
Come on, Barnes.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you can't look it up.
No, I didn't look it up.
You just looked it up. Yes, you did. Totally did. Absolutely did.
Did not look it up.
What does it say down? I can't.
It's
like math.
Google Doc. Anyway, it was Keith Hernandez.
It was Keith Hernandez Day over at Citi Field, retiring finally number 17. Keith Hernandez, obviously a phenomenal Met. A great first baseman, 86 World Series, first ever captain for the Mets.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. I bet Mike didn't know that.
It's just kind of sad.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, does the guy even remember his playing career?
Oh, he does. He was on Seinfeld.
Yeah, he was.
Do you like Seinfeld?
I haven't watched the whole thing. It seems like I would like it though.
I feel like you would. It's
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Speaking of which, my Uncle Richie says it was the anniversary of the famous spit.
I mean, I just hope they weren't
Seinfeld episode.
honoring his tenure as a broadcaster for the Mets, because that would be a disgrace, honestly.
Anyway, so phenomenal thing that no one can take away from the Mets, not even Brian Barnaby. So it was a great day, and that day of a Met victory started off with Pete Alonso, big home run in the 4th inning. Obviously, love to see that. This game ended up going into extra innings, though. Mets ended up winning 5-4. However, crazy turn of events. As we're in extras, I'm trying to remember. I think this is the 10th inning. There's a hard single, I suppose, that's hit like in between third and short. And you're looking at Lindor, who obviously is a phenomenal infielder, and he makes a tremendous play to even just get this ball. And there's Escobar just standing as a runner is running the third. Escobar obviously playing third base, and he's just like he doesn't do anything. Like Lindor literally has to like make sure he gets there with his speed, like because it's more kind of on the third base side to grab the ball. Escobar should have covered, and Escobar's just standing there. And even after like Lindor catches it, looks at him, obviously doesn't have a whole lot of time. So Lindor Cox throws to third, and Escobar just never met him at third base. So obviously the ball ended up getting thrown away. And it is technically an error on Lindor, but it's like Escobar should have went to cover third. He didn't. He was sleeping on the play, which that would have ended the inning. Instead, Miami scores. I believe they tie it up. This is to take the lead in the 10th. Absolutely crazy. And then the next inning, I think Nito doubles, right? So good hit by him. I think McNeil had scored. I'm actually not sure who scored. Kana scored, sorry. McNeil was actually off paternity leave. But Nimmo's up, hits a line drive to the pitcher. Pitcher bobbles it. Nito ends up scoring. Mets win in a walk-off crazy fashion as the Marlins just kind of crumbled a little bit. Regardless of that kind of Met mistake. So Mets take that one 5-4 in 10. And then fast forward to yesterday. By the way, on Saturday too, Cookie Carrasco, I think went 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs. Not terrible for him, but I mean, he needs to still start to be consistent.
You think
right?
Come end of the season, is he in the rotation?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Off the team or in the bullpen?
I think bullpen at first. And then we'll see.
And then like off the postseason roster?
Possibly, dude.
I don't know. I mean, call me crazy, Tony, but I could see him having somewhat of a level of success as like a 1-inning reliever.
No, that's what I mean. That's why I would say, bullpen first for sure. But I mean, I don't know, dude. It's not that hopeful, especially if you need someone to be consistent in terms of their location. I mean, I feel like Carrasco hasn't been that.
Let's say, everybody's healthy. You don't need him in the rotation. Would you trade him to get Miguel Castro back?
Oh gosh. I mean, I don't know, dude. Just because I don't know, I would like to see how Carrasco does in the bullpen first and then kind of assess it. Yeah. But I would say as of now, yeah.
You're just over it.
And just because Miguel, he throws hard. When he's on, he is hard to hit, dude.
But the past month, he's
I know,
killed me.
And he's exactly he's done that. He did that for the Mets last season too. Yeah. It was bad. But nonetheless, let's go to Sunday. We had Taijuan Walker on the mound, who threw a phenomenal game. 7 innings, only 3 hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks, and his pitching honestly really impressed me. His fastball was hitting like 96, which I feel like is his high, I feel like, for the season. And then on top of that, he had a great splitter, and then he used his curveball a lot, which you don't see normally. And those 3 pitches, his first batter was actually those 3 pitches, like back to back to back, 3 strikes, struck out the first batter, and it was just a breeze, I feel like, for him since then. And he got out of a big 7-inning jam too, with runners in the corners. He showed a lot of grit, a lot of focus, and just a phenomenal selection of pitches. And he was just painting corners and making some batters look foolish. And it was really impressive. And I feel like now Walker's kind of put together quite a few good starts, and I feel like he's looking like he did in the beginning of last season, which is great, especially, with the return of DeGrom pretty imminent now, as I think he starts his third or fourth rehab start this week. And, that's just going to be another great pitcher to have kind of in our arsenal. But unfortunately, it was all for naught. Of course, Sandy Alcantara was on the mound for Miami, and he threw a hell of a game as well. Obviously, the Mets didn't score at all, but he went 7 innings as well, 4 Ks, 1 walk, 6 hits, no earned runs. It is a little unfortunate because I think, these games going back-to-back extra innings kind of, I guess showcase the hole in our bullpen, which is our bullpen isn't very good, which is what we obviously know already. But I feel like it's becoming more of a prominent issue just because that these games, there's games that go extra innings, and you need someone to come in who's not Tommy Hunter and who won't screw it all up. But I'll give it to him because I don't know if you saw the throw from Nito. Obviously we know extra innings, ghost runner. Say what you will about it. Unfortunately, it's the rule right now. So Miami puts Hamilton on second base, who's extremely speedy. And I think, unfortunately, in this case, speed kills because Hamilton goes to steal third, and Nito, from his knees, makes a horrible throw. I mean, it was just nowhere near catchable for Escobar. Way over his head, went into left field. Hamilton scores. And that's pretty much the game at that point because you were trying to limit Miami just scoring 1 in the 10th. And with Hamilton scoring, I mean, there was just no way. And then Lindor, who had a big hit on Saturday to kind of tie it up in the 6th and help the Mets get into extras where they eventually won. Lindor, bottom of the 10th, 2 outs. I think it was 2-2 count. Runners on the corners. Swings hard at a slider and just totally misses. And that's the end of the game right there. So, tough loss just because of, obviously, there was no scoring until the 10th inning, and then we give up 2 runs, and then we just cannot convert on a good opportunity where, Lindor shined earlier on Saturday. It would have been lovely to see him get another home run, a walk-off home run from him. He would have had 3 home runs over the weekend, which would have been, a great look. But you're seeing another time where in the clutch, Lindor kind of fans it here. And, you talk about his contract. We talk about how highly touted he was coming to New York. Yes, he's been doing better, but, you're specifically paid to perform in big spots. And that was one of them where we kind of really needed you. Now the lead with the Braves going into the series against the Braves is at 1.5. So, you're put in a pretty precarious situation right now. So what was that? Your mic was muted.
Pretty similar situation.
Back to last
familiar situation.
Yeah, familiar.
Familiar situation.
Well, it's all right, dude. It's all right. It's better than laying an egg in Boston and getting yelled at by a 60-year-old lady.
I mean, I don't know, Tony. Call me crazy, but I would rather be coasting with a 14-game lead than sweating out a 1.5 lead that was once almost 10 times bigger.
And then losing in the divisional series against the Red Sox.
Or how about let's just get to the divisional series first. How about that?
For the Yankees?
For the Mets?
Oh.
Who haven't made the playoffs in a couple of years?
Oh, well, I was talking about the Yankees.
I was talking about the Mets. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
You love the battle, Tony. You do.
No, it's cool.
Yeah. No, but listen, I'm not saying, it's just part of my DNA. I just, with the Red Sox, the Mets, more so the Red Sox. The Mets is just like, I'm fine with the Mets standalone, but when it comes into conversation as a side-by-side comparison with the Yankees, that's what just really gets me, honestly.
Well, honestly, I just think it's a little sad because, anytime that the Yankees have like an issue where they lose or something bad's happening, it's always, something with the Mets comes up. Like every time. And it's just like,
wait, like the video,
cool.
like the video on Instagram before the game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't forget about that.
You must have been dying laughing, dude.
And it's just like, it's like a total cheap shot, obviously. And then on top of that, it's like that's your fallback for anything that ever happens, that goes wrong, I guess, for the Yankees. Well, the Mets, I don't even say anything. It could just be, the Mets is whatever. And it's just like, well, we're talking about the Yankees right now, and it's like that's cool.
No, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. I'll admit it's almost an addiction. It's
Mhm.
just it's so hard not to go there. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I don't have an exact answer for you, sir. But at the end of the day, Tony, baseball is a great game, and right now we're in the midst of a special season for both teams. And I think we're both in a similar situation, just coming off this weekend. Big series up ahead. Obviously, a little bit of a taller task for the Mets here in Atlanta. And you really, I know the mindset has to be you have to win 2 out of 3 here. Stay the course. You can't get swept, and then that's the lead already before the All-Star break. You can't let that happen.
I would say for me, it's a sweep is a must here.
Yeah,
it is a must. 1.5 games is nothing, especially when you're playing the team who is 1.5 games back from you. You cannot have a loss, dude. You can't.
And what do you like? What's gonna turn this around? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's been a month of kind of back and forth baseball for them. I would imagine the record's somewhere near 500. How do they get back to 2 out of 3 consistently, winning 15 out of 20 games? Like, what is it going to take?
I think it's going to take big hits is one thing we really haven't seen a lot of. I talked about Lindor having a big hit on Saturday. That was pretty crazy. Mike and I were actually watching it at a bar, and that's exciting stuff, and that's something that I feel like the Mets have lacked all season, which is what we've talked about. And then, of course, the return of DeGrom is good. And then just, having a solid bullpen you can rely on. I would say the hitter and the bullpen would be the best thing. And the Mets have the ability to have those big hits. We've seen Lindor shine brightly. We've seen Alonso shine. We've seen, Marte shine as well. But you just can't have these off nights, especially when, these are tight games. Both teams are committing errors. They just kind of have to settle down a little bit because we've seen how good their defense is, and it's just it pains me when I see Nito throwing a ball away at third base. It's like, don't even make the throw then, dude. Like, just don't make it. Especially in Nito's position. I mean, he doesn't have a lot going for him. He's only playing right now because McCann's injured. Nito has a horrible bat. His defense is okay, I guess. But yeah, I would say those are those you gotta score when you have runners in scoring position. You need to convert on that. That's one thing I feel like every single day. It's 1 for 6. It's 0 for 8. It's 2 for 9. Like it's not. You need to convert every time.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously we went through that a ton with the Yankees last season, and it's just. That's what separates teams for sure. And we kind of talked about Lindor, I guess, in the last week or so. And you were kind of saying you felt pretty good. I mean, I know it's hard to base it off this past game, but I mean, are you any difference in thought there versus a couple of weeks ago with him?
I mean, I'm still happy with him. I mean, I mentioned like Saturday he
did have the big hit.
He had the big home run in the 6th to eventually force into extra innings. And then, he does play great defense. I that throwing error, I think, is hogwash because, Escobar just didn't get to third base for whatever reason. He was sleeping on the play. And I know it's tough to say now because obviously Sunday is my most recent memory of him and him whiffing, at a chance to win the game, in dramatic fashion would have been dope. But that's something he needs to work on, obviously.
Yeah.
It's his bat. That's really his only downfall. We know that. But he's working on it. He's doing well. But I mean, I don't know. It just sucked yesterday, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean, feel the same way. Feel the same way. But luckily for you, I have to sweat it out for, today with the Yankees being off. But like I mentioned, Mets are in action. Scherzer versus Fried. And I think that's actually a nationally televised game. Maybe
I
TBS.
bet, dude. Battle to the max.
So that's going to be fun.
Battle of the max.
Before we just get into that quickly, so that was Friday did mark the end of our pick segment.
Right.
So I just wanted to update everybody just to give them the final tally here. So I ended up going 34-19, and you went 28-25. So. After losing 2 in a row, I've won 2 in a row. So you'd almost say this pick segment would be the rubber match, no?
Oh, I guess so. So we want to put on like 10 grand.
But what I feel like I'm always coming up with stuff. You got to give me something here, Tony, because I come up with sandwich.
Tony's not
Sakura,
creative enough.
games.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Tony's not
No,
creative
I'm not
enough.
saying you're not creative, but I'm just saying.
I am.
Give me something. What are we doing it for?
All right. So
This one has to be good. Creative.
Loser does Mike's laundry for a week.
See, that's just like, let's just do a round of golf then, because
See, that's not creative.
it's not creative, but nobody's doing laundry, Tony. Like,
Why
this
not?
is insane. That's like the guy at the concession stand, honestly.
Something that has to be like, this one's big. It's for the rubber match. So it has to be food and an activity
Yeah. So golf and dinner.
All right.
for everyone.
Are my headphones working right? So yes, no.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
All right.
Maybe so.
And then are we going a month?
So August 11th.
Yeah.
Well, we got the All-Star break in here, I feel. So
August 18th then.
okay, sounds good.
All right, August 18th. Put it down on the spreadsheet. We're gonna go 3 apiece. A little light tonight on the schedule. Give me something, Tony.
All right. I know the Braves and the Mets tantalizing. Okay, dude. All right, tonight I'm gonna go to Tampa Bay for my first game. They're playing the Red Sox. Brayan Bello on the mound for the Red Sox. Rookie. We talked about his first start. He didn't go more than 4 innings, I don't think. Giving up quite a few runs. And I feel like Tampa Bay, I feel like they would slap him up, dude. I feel like, the Red Sox, one of the biggest downfalls this season was their pitching. And regardless, coming off hot, off a couple wins from the Yankees, I feel like going to Tampa Bay, I don't think they're gonna hit very well. And I just think even if they do hit well, I think our boy Bello over here isn't gonna last very long. Gonna eat up the bullpen, and I feel the bullpen would be a little tired, overworked from the Yankees. So give me Tampa Bay. I would say 6-2.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah.
I think Boston, has shown their inconsistencies this year, and Tampa's always a tough place to play, despite this year the Rays kind of being a little up and down. Matt Whistler, kind of a good reclamation project. He was spotty with the Braves early in his career, but has really kind of became effective here in Tampa. So I'm going to go actually with the Braves here, just because, based on the way that series ended. And I know, of course, listen, Max Scherzer, let's give credit where credit's due. Coming off that long layoff, absolutely dominant in his return to the mound. But I just think on the road in Atlanta, I think it's going to be tough for him to go back to back with that type of start. So not going to say he has a bad start, but maybe, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. But I think Max Fried on the other side, 7 innings, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts. It's going to be kind of a similar offensive day to yesterday for the Mets. And I'm going to say Braves here. You're going to get an Acuna 2-run homer. Call it 4-1. Jansen in for the save.
Wow.
And the Braves take game 1 here. Good pitcher's duel. And it is FS1, by the way, not TBSA.
Oh, FS1.
My mistake on that.
That's all right, dude. FS1's all right, I guess. All right. I guess for my next pick, there's some clunker games here, dude. Like just real, I guess. Oh man. How much trust do I have in Aaron Nola, huh? He's been pretty lights out for the past month, I feel.
Yeah. No, he has turned it around.
I know, but against St. Louis, this is another good pitching matchup. Miles Mikolas. I'm going with this game. Where am I going though? All right, I'll go with Phillies. I'll go with Nola. I feel like, dude, over the past month or so, I don't think he's gotten less than 7 innings,
which is impressive.
Which is really impressive given his start. And then, just because Miles, his last 2 starts actually got hit up a little bit, at least more so than often. Once was against the Braves. We saw him lose 3-0. He let up the 3 runs. And then before that, on July 1st, they lost to Philly 5-3. He went 5 1/3. Gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 earned runs. I don't know. I think the Phillies kind of squeak it by here. We've seen what Schwarber's been doing too, and maybe potentially the little bit of a cool off here with the Cardinals, especially. I know obviously Braves are good, but I was pretty surprised on how much good work the Braves did up on the Cardinals. So I would say give me the Phillies here in a pretty tight one. I'd say 3-2.
Yeah, no, Phillies have looked like a different team since they let Girardi go.
Yeah.
It's just a shame for them, that they don't have Bryce Harper. Obviously, that's huge. Have we heard anything? Is it even in question that he even plays the rest of the season?
I think it's in question. He may come back for postseason play, but I think it's pending a lot.
It's a big assumption that the Phillies will make the postseason.
Right, exactly.
What we've seen out of them.
Yeah.
So I am gonna go with the Padres here, starting a series at Coors Field tonight. Sean Manaea, who had a really nice start, kind of scuffled a little bit here, and sure, Coors Field is tough. He's going against Jose Urena, the former Marlins pitcher, who in limited action 2.51 ERA for the Rockies. I think this is going to be very high scoring. But I like the Padres here. How about Manny Machado starting the All-Star game at third? First player to start at third base for both leagues since Greg Nettles. So obviously it's been a while since we've seen that. So I could see him having a huge game here with that altitude. Let's say 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Manaea will go a representative 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. And I'm going to say Padres are going to take this one 10-5.
Okay, I like that. I think my last pick here is going to be for Kansas City.
Game 1 or 2?
This is game 1.
Okay.
They're hosting Detroit. And obviously these aren't 2 very good teams here, but nonetheless, Kansas City has some bright spots, and I think one of them is Daniel Lynch. He's leading the team in strikeouts with 65 strikeouts over 63 2/3 innings pitched. He's got a 3-7 record. His ERA is just below a 5, which obviously isn't great. But considering who he's going up against, and Alex Fado,
that's the second game.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Pineda's starting at 2:00 against Keller.
Oh.
But if you want game 2, I'll just.
No, I do want game 2.
Yeah.
No, I definitely do. Yeah. So, and I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like Detroit. I mean, Javi Baez, dude, like 9 home runs. Miguel Cabrera, yeah, he's doing all right, but I feel Kansas City between Benintendi and this guy, Bobby Witt Jr. Have you heard of him, Brian?
Yeah, wasn't he the top prospect?
Yeah.
So
he's leading the team with 12 home runs. He has 42 RBIs in the season as well. I feel like at that point, I feel Kansas City's going to out offense them and out pitch them, especially into the second game. I feel. Jesus. So give me Kansas City 2-0.
All right. And then to finish it off, I'm actually going to go game 1 of that.
Let's go.
Matchup there.
Who you going with?
I'm going to go with the Tigers. And like you said, not, nothing to really be impressed about with the Tigers this year. But Pineda's pitched well. So you gotta give him that. I wouldn't be surprised if Pineda's a guy that gets moved, before the trade deadline here, just because, Detroit, I don't think is going to be in a pennant race. He definitely holds some value there. But obviously we'll see what happens here. But doubleheader, you alluded to the fact of Kansas City taking game 2. Teams like this, under 500, doubleheader. 70% of the time you're looking at a split, I would think. So with all of that being said, I like Detroit here. I think Pineda will have a strong performance on the mound here. So 2-3, 3.62 ERA in 32 innings this year. Going up against Brad Keller, 4-9, 4.37. So I'm going to say, let's see. So Pineda, 6 1/3, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2 walks. We're going to have Miguel Cabrera, homer with 2 hits. Give Baez a dinger as well. And let's say the Tigers take this one 5-2.
I like the split.
Yeah.
Nice working with you, dude.
Splitting of the sixes. See, Tony, it's not that hard to get along, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Detroit and Kansas City. Yeah, sure.
Oh man, but it would be nice, just to get that Subway Series come the fall time. And then it's, that kind of determines it based on the results of that. I mean, either side. I mean, there's nothing to say. I mean, a winner is a winner.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up here, I just kind of you mentioned Baez. He's played 72 games. He's only hitting .213 with 9 homers, and you look at this. So in 47 games last year, he hit 9 home runs with the Mets and hit .299. I didn't realize how strong he ended up finishing because it was a real tough start with the Mets last year. But then guess he came on. But that being said, I mean, what do you think is going on? Do you think part of it is like playing for Detroit? Just got paid. Just not a competitive environment, so he's just not inspired like he was with the Mets. Second half of last year.
I would say exactly that. I mean, we talked about him when he came over the Mets. Him and Lindor are buddy. So, and you saw once they kind of squashed the beef with the thumbs down shit. That's when Baez really started to heighten his level of play, and I think part of that was because of Lindor and how the Mets were kind of still competitive. Detroit obviously is not. Who does he have there that's going to be like riling him up? Who's his like other guy, not to mention, we know Baez's attitude. He doesn't have a phenomenal attitude. We saw it in Chicago. We saw it with New York. We're seeing it here again in Detroit. I feel like until Detroit maybe puts pieces around him, he's not going to be doing anything, dude.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Be interesting though. I definitely thought they'd be more competitive, but obviously Cabrera's contract's not helping them. Lack of starting pitching, and I think they need some more offensive talent as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But that being said, Tony, as we wrap up today, I mean, anything else on the way out on your mind here?
On my mind, no.
I mean, at least the go Mets, no?
Yeah, let's go Mets, dude. I'm excited. Mets, a win for them means a loss for you.
I mean, I think you care more about them just winning in general than the pick segment, though.
No, yeah, obviously this is a big game. You don't want to waste another Max Scherzer start.
Yeah.
Especially, like I said, against the Braves, who are now a game and a half back from us. I mean, it's the cars are set up. You have the pitching matchup you want, so you just gotta get out there and do it.
Any chance Lindor hits one out tonight?
I would say pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off
Absolutely.
of Fried.
Yeah.
Switch hitter.
We've seen, exactly. Switch hitter. And I feel like he's batting pretty consistently lefty and righty. There seems to be no drop off, which is, you love to see that. That he has confidence in, both batting righty and lefty. And I feel like Max Fried, we've seen him give up some dingers in the past. And I feel like, Lindor, perfect opportunity to redeem himself from yesterday. I'm sure he wants it. So let's do it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So that should be a fun one for sure. But of course, really enjoyed catching up with everybody today. And really, encourage everyone to continue to comment, like, and subscribe, as well as check out our archives on the YouTube page. As well as the summer collection, downtime, the summer collection. But I want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.